Wait, don't click off this video yet. I know it's a very long video, but please bear with me. I don't make content that I personally wouldn't watch it, so if it made into the video, it's very important, and I think it was important, alright? So bear with me, it's a cool video, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Thank you very much. If you happen to catch some live streams in the past month, you've probably seen me playing some survival. Well then, this was all part of an experiment that initially I wasn't going to turn into a video, but some friends convinced me otherwise. Just in case you're not familiar with Minecraft days, one Minecraft days equals 20 minutes in real life. To put this into perspective, 500 days in Minecraft equals 10,000 minutes, which is 166 hours, about equal to 6.94 days. In simpler words, just picture that I played Minecraft for one whole week without sleeping, drinking, pee break, and etc. Well, without further ado, let's get into it. And the first thing I want to talk about are enchantments. Enchants are something incredibly overpowered that you want to get right off the bat. Before going outside and slaughtering calls left, right, and center, I want to give you some advice. Get yourself a villager and get looting 3 from him. Why looting 3, you may ask? That's why, because this is a survival game. And in survival games, the more resources you've got, the better you are at it. Let's say, for example, you kill a pig. A pig can drop 1 to 3 pork chops per pig. If you kill it with looting 3, you can get 1 to 6 pork chops. Guaranteed almost every time 4 pork chops, so that's basically the double at least. That will translate to any mob in the game, but that especially translates into cows because you're gonna need a lot of leather and a lot of paper to make the books. So what I recommend is plant the sugarcane in a place nearby and let them grow over there. In the meantime, keep breeding the cows. Before you see it, you will have a lot of steaks and a lot of leather, and you will be good to go with your enchantment stuff. To make a max level enchantment, you're gonna need 23 logs, 138 paper, and 46 leather. And also you're gonna need 4 obsidian and 2 diamonds. Number 2, avoid dying. Yeah, we got that, chief. Like, you're thirsty, just drink water. Yeah, it's a survival game, don't die.
What if he dies? Cringe. I want cringe on my headstone when I die. He was cringe.
What I'm trying to say is, I for one love to take fall damage, so usually that 1.5 heart that you take, you're like, oh okay, that's nothing. But Minecraft is a totally RNG game, so you can be fine in 1 minute and in the next one you can be in the biggest pickle you've ever been into. If you are not that experienced with PvP/PvE, don't be afraid to rise your shield up in every opportunity. A shield is overpowered and can save your life multiple times. Last but not least, don't forget to eat, please. Like if you have a steak on your hand and like, oh, I'm on 2 hunger bars and this steak fills up 4. No, eat it. Saturation is stackable and will not wear off. Whenever you take damage, you're gonna get instant regen. It's amazing. Don't underestimate the power of saturation. Because if you end up dying, you're gonna lose all your stuff. You're gonna lose time going after the stuff you just dropped. You're gonna lose all the experience you had. Like, it's a lose-lose situation, literally. Number 3, a rundown on enchantments. I'm gonna go through my enchantments and as fast as I can to show you the best enchantments you can get. So for your whole armor, you want to get protection 4. Protection 4 is incredibly amazing and incredibly overpowered. So in case you didn't know, you can fall from 3 blocks. Up to 4 blocks, you start taking fall damage. So here, let me show you. 3 blocks, nothing. Now 4 blocks, half a heart. So by this logic, if you have 10 hearts, aka 20 life points, and you have 3 spare blocks to fall, 23 blocks of fall damage should be where you should be settled to still survive a fall, right? Now, if you want more proof, here's me falling 24 blocks of fall damage, just to prove to you that I can die from 24 blocks without any armor. Okay, now I want to show you the same 24 blocks of fall damage with just feather falling 4. Not protection and feather falling, just feather falling. Half of my health was preserved. That's why feather falling is so important. And now with protection 4, it's a whole new story, because I can go nerdy and geek about this, but protection 4, like, independent of the armor you have, it will take 64% if you have the 4 pieces with protection 4. This is 102 fall blocks, you can see on my F3. So take off the feather falling, put on full protection 4 and feather falling 4. And just like that, you survive 102 blocks. That's basically falling from the ceiling of the nether and still surviving. Protection protects you from all damage of all sorts, even drowning damage. So don't worry about getting blast protection, fire protection, projectile protection. These are all dumb enchantments. Don't go after them. Now that I've got protection and feather falling out of the way, proving how broken they are, I'm gonna go through my enchantments. Besides protection 4, you want respiration 3. Respiration 3 is pretty self-explanatory. You're gonna breathe underwater longer. Unbreaking 3, obviously, so you don't want your stuff to break. Aqua affinity, so you can mine faster underwater. Mending to repair it. And thorns is completely optional. I personally like it, but it's up to you, really. Elytra, mending, and unbreaking 3, pretty good. The pants, the same stuff. Now the boots, outside what I've explained already, you want to put Soul Speed 3 on it. It's pretty good, honestly. Depth Strider 3 will make you walk faster underwater. And again, Thorns 3, it's only if you want to, it's not really necessary. The chestplate, protection 4, unbreaking 3, Thorns 3, and mending, it's pretty good. Now for the attack, I personally like Sharpness 5, Unbreaking 3, Looting 3, Mending, and Sweeping Edge. Sharpness 5 is basically the protection of attack. Basically, Sharpness will deal damage to basically any mob the same way. It's not specific to one mob. Sweeping Edge, it's actually really good for farming. So yeah, that's pretty much it. On the bow, I have Power 5, Flame, Unbreaking 3, and Infinity. You can't have Infinity and Mending on the same bow, so choose wisely what do you want. I personally like Infinity. You can apply Punch as well, but I'm not much of a fan, unless I'm a multiplayer server, which Punch really helps a lot. On the pickaxe department, I usually use a Silk Touch pickaxe with efficiency 5, Unbreaking, and Mending. Pretty good, does the job perfectly, and it helps you not to break your ender chest into 8 obsidian. For the axe, I have efficiency and sharpness 4. I could apply sharpness 5, but I'm too lazy for that. But it does the job anyways. For the shovel, the same as the pickaxe, nothing much to go on about. For the tridents, I usually like to have one Riptide Trident and one Loyalty Trident. You can't combine both enchantments, so you gotta have two. Impaling makes you deal more damage to underwater creatures, so it's always good to have. You can throw yourself into the creature, or you can throw your trident at it. On the throwing trident, you want to have loyalty because it's gonna get back to you. Channeling, when there's a thunderstorm in the skies, whenever you throw your trident and it hits a mob, you will give it a smite with a lightning bolt and whatever. Having a flint and steel with unbreaking and mending, it's actually useful, so you don't need to be crafting them all the time, like to light portals and etc, and another activities I will not disclose. I also keep my other tools in my ender chest, such as the netherite hoe. I personally like to have fortune in one because I can farm better, and efficiency 5 of course is mandatory, but you can have a silk touch one if you're going to break leaves and stuff. It's pretty useful as well. Then I have my fortune pickaxe. It's the same as enchantments as the silk touch one. A fishing rod just in case I want to fish something. This was very late game, but I also made a fortune shovel because I wanted clay to decorate my super smelter. But a fortune shovel is not that necessary unless you have a villager that you can trade flint with. So not really necessary, but it does the job. Number 4, try to keep everything in one place. Let's say you pick this place to mine because this place had a mine shaft down here and it was convenient for you to mine. So if you're gonna keep mining down there, just place your farms and everything you need to be loaded up here. It will save you a lot of time and a lot of work. I mean, even though you're not 40 blocks up your farm to make it most efficient possible, you're here. You're like somewhat 40 blocks away, and it's gonna be loaded every now and then, so you're not losing all of your farms. Number 5, ender chests. Ender chests are super useful, and it's a whole new inventory for you to keep stuff at. So if you have not gone to the end yet, keep an ender chest on you on all times, and if you're distracted like me, keep 2, because in case you place one and don't remember to pick it up, It's always good to have two. As you may seen, I carry a lot of stuff in my ender chest. Mostly these 12 shulker boxes. They are very useful to carry on. And I have this shulker box that I keep on me on all times. This is my backpack, as you can see here. So a little bit of iron, some arrows just in case I need it. A strength pot, potion of regeneration, a golden helmet when you need to trade with piglins, a few spare rockets just in case I need it, extra food, my shield, some torches, a crafting table, you know, that kind of stuff. Like, oh, do I need it? But will I need it? You know, whatever. So here, these are my redstone bits. I think it's very important to carry some with you. My goodies, basically, my cuisine, all sorts of food, my nether box, which I carry, well, nether stuff, the peacekeeping kit, which I have like just stuff to peacekeep, that's all. And yeah, don't mind this sword, by the way. Anyways, here I have my mobility box, basically, and this one is my toolbox. Basically everything I might need every now and then, like sponges, kelp, leather, blaze powder, chests, and whatever. And finally, these three are just for grinding. So basically when I need to grind stuff, I bring them out and I fill them to the brim. And that's basically it. Number 6, set up a villager trading hall. It's very useful to keep all your villagers and all of your trades in one place. Saves up a lot of time and it's very convenient to do. I recommend getting villagers on minecarts, just like that. This is a design that I usually do, pretty okay. Now for useful trades, these are the villagers I usually keeping. This one gives me melons and pumpkins, carrots, and also apples because I need to make golden apples. Since I have a zombie piglin farm and a drone farm, I can sell rotten flesh to this guy. I have no losses. I can send gold from my gold farm. I can buy XP bottles and whatever. And these two guys, I sell iron from my iron farm. So basically I'm printing my own money. I was lucky and I got this villager that got mending, sharpness, and unbreaking, so I can make easy unbreaking 3 books and sharpness 4 or 5. It's pretty okay. I got this boy for thorns. This one I sell iron too as well. Why wool? Because I kind of overflow the wool back there. The OG boy, what's up? Looting 3, efficiency 4, pretty pog. And this guy is useless because I was trying to get a weakness arrow, but I gave up in the first Fletcher. So yeah, so these are the trades I usually keep in. Basically the rest you can get from the enchanting table and such, so it's not much a big a deal. I usually use this for getting emeralds. And here, in case I need more villagers, I made a reproduction chamber. Yes, go get it. No, come on, don't be camera shy. Number 8, mining. There are a lot of game theories out there about mining and which way is the best way to mine. Some say it's branch mining, some say it's like digging a hole, but deep down we all know that's not true. There are a lot of videos proving that it's not true, because what you need to actually do is go to open areas. Whenever you're going to explore, don't mine, just go exploring. The chances of you getting exposed ores are way more possible to have than necessarily having by mining. Like I dug all of this area and I got like approximately like 10 diamond blocks. That's not much if you consider how long I've been doing this, but I did this because I needed stone, so it's fine. This is basically the oldest trick in the book. A little tip for when you go caving is place torches on the right side when you're going in, so whenever you see torches on your left side, you know you're going back. So it's always a good way to keep yourself on track. Also, to be 100% efficient, make 2 elevators so you can go in and out of your mine really fast. So you drop here. Oh, I don't want to be here. Oh, I must leave. So yeah, you just go up and it's way faster. Number 9, mobility and hotkeying. Being able to go from place to place in the shortest amount of time is the best way to go. So don't be afraid to use the nether to do it, but make sure you're keeping track of where you're going. Mark the portals however you want. I personally like to place like symbolisms, like the desert has sand on it, the ice one has a pathway with ice to it, so it's pretty self-explanatory. So you keep track of yourself. Now for hotkeying is a very important part in Minecraft because I don't think people seem to understand the importance of it. So keep stuff on your hotbar that you will going to need. So basically for me at least, I have to like on slot number 9 blocks, slot number 1 sword because of PvP servers and stuff and such, the bow on the number 2, pickaxe and axe 3, 4 respectively.
Pickaxe in 3rd, axe in 4, people. This is how it goes.
A water bucket's always good to have on your hotbar as well. Food. And then the other one, it's pretty much up to you. What do you want to have? So I have a Logitech 502. I usually use like the 5 button as this button, the food button as this one button, the 8 for this, the other one for this. My toggle wheel on my V. I'm gonna show you here real quick. If you want to see it better, you can pause and all, but that's basically what I have assigned to most of my keys. Number 10, the Ender Dragon fight. The Ender Dragon fight can be a little tricky, but I'm pretty sure you'll get through it. Here are a few tips that I can give to you. 1. Don't be afraid to make a respawn bed next to the portal. There's no shame in dying. Number 2, make a pathway so you can get back safely to the island. Number 3, always have on you a water bucket, a few ender pearls, a lot of food, maybe even a few gapples. It's always good to have. Bring in a lot of arrows too. It will help you a lot. If you've never been in this fight before, I can tell you this. You don't need that much of a gear. Though if you're not used to PvE in this game, go well prepared. Go with diamond armor. I went with like full iron and a diamond sword, and that was all I had. You don't need necessarily armor, not even armor to beat the game. You can do it with beds and stuff. You can see a lot of speedrunners doing this. About the Ender Dragon fighting mechanics, the dragon will always charge on you if you don't charge at it first. If you stay long enough without shooting an arrow to the dragon or hitting it, it will come after you. So keep poking it every now and then, even though you're not trying to do a lot of damage. It's just so you don't get yeeted into the air. And even if you do, get ready to hotkey. Remember the hotkeys part? Yeah, that's where it comes handy. You got a hotkey to your water bucket or to your pearl. To an MLG water bucket, it's pretty simple. You can see a lot of people doing, but don't make a mistake. If you're gonna MLG pearl, don't throw the pearl on your way upwards. Wait for you to start falling down and then you throw the pearl on the ground. You're gonna take 2 hearts of damage instantly after you do that. Also, just a quick heads up, whenever you get into a hairy situation with the enderman, just build a 2 blocks tall roof, at least like 2 blocks deep, and you should be okay to deal with them. Even if you need pearls and stuff, just get underneath the roof and just swing at enderman. You should be okay. And for the dragon, whenever it's landing on the fountain, go from the side and from the back to hit it. Hitting the head does more damage than hitting the body, but everyone counts. Just wait for the cooldown attack to fulfill back again, and you should be good to go. Okay, so after you kill the dragon, you can always go home, but you can always go end busting. To go end busting, you will need a lot of food. Keep in mind that I came here with 2 stacks of steak and I left with almost none. Okay, so a few tips I have for end busting is always have an ender pearl in your hotbar, because you're gonna get shot by these little guys. And if you want to get your elytra as fast as you can, just go here below this 2 blocks roof, just break it and you're right on it. There will be a little guy here too, so just game end him. Also get as many shulker boxes as possible. One thing that you can always keep in mind about end cities, they're always good loot. Run around, get a lot of stuff. They're always good loot. And once you get your elytra, if you were like careful enough to save resources like gunpowder and also paper, you can get your fireworks here. Like I said, there are always good loot here. See? Pretty cool, pretty cool. So don't underestimate end busting. End busting is very broken, and you will always need shulker boxes. Shulker boxes are very, very useful. So when you get back from end busting, I recommend making an enderman farm. You can always make a wither rose farm with this. How? Place the tail of the wither in the middle of this block. It's literally 0-0 here, if you see it here. Place it here, place the skulls, and throw a poison potion on them. Preferably don't throw it yourself. That's always good. And then they're gonna be, a lot of them are going to be on 1 health. So whenever the wither explodes, you will get a lot of wither roses. See? And here is also a very secure way to kill the wither. Number 13. After you're done building your enderman farm, you will have an easy way to get XP from here, and you can always finish your enchantments. After all, you've beaten the dragon and now you have a lot of XP, so you can finish enchanting your stuff. Number 14, farms. Definitely the first two farms I would recommend you to make is the iron farm and the gold farm, mostly because the gold farm gives you a lot of XP. You can go from 1 to 30 very quickly, and it's super easy to make. Next up, definitely the next farm I would make, it would be the creeper farm, because I thought it was efficient, and it kind of is, but I would have made some changes in it. Like, for example, creeper, when killed by themselves, they drop from 0 to 2, and when killed with looting 3, they drop up to 5. So I would have changed something along those lines, because I wanted like gunpowder for now, and because of that I decided to make a gas farm, and I don't regret it. It was very fun to make, and it's very broken as well. But to make the gas farm leads us to the very next point, which is the wither skeleton farm, because we'll need to get wither roses to make the farm. So I made this farm. It's actually very efficient. I didn't think it was that efficient, I mean, but it was just to slab up all the fortress, and that was pretty much it. And it was just downhill from there, and I got like about 15 skulls in like 20 minutes AFK. Very good. I have also made an automatic wool farm, because wool is very useful, especially for bad mining. After cleaning out a water monument, I made a guardian farm, because I really like the way sea lanterns look, and prismarine bricks as well, so why not? I mean, I was already there and I needed to zone out a little bit, so I made this guardian farm. In this corner next to the wool farm, I made some crops, and also I made a bamboo and sugarcane farm, because they are very useful. You can use bamboo as fuel and for scaffolding and stuff, so it's pretty darn interesting. And also I made a drone farm, because I wanted a trident. Drone farms can be a little tricky, because if you want to make them up in the sky, you need to kind of stroke out the circle of a river, and what I made here was that, but in an 8x8 space, so I can funnel them down into this hole. And this little boy that didn't spawn in the farm, he gave me the trident before I could even test it, after I was AFK in the farm to kind of load it up. And that's just Minecraft for you in a nutshell. You build a farm for a specific thing, and a mob that spawns from out of nowhere gives you what you want. Last but not least, I highly recommend you to make a super smelter. Super smelters are so easy to build and save up a lot of time and hustle. Jesus Christ, that was an absolute blessing in my life. Let me tell you.
Number 15.
Bad mining. You want to get to Y level 16 or 15, doesn't really matter. Just break a few blocks, doesn't really matter how much. You just want to have one block covering your lower half, because that's where Minecraft mechanics suits your blast protection. So if I blow the bed up here, all the damage will go into my legs and I'll be dead. So just cover your legs, right click the bed, and boom, a whole new area. No netherite found, no ancient debris found, don't worry. Just go here, place another bed, just like that. Number 16, beacons. Beacons are incredibly useful, so don't be a lazy bum and set up a beacon and start doing whatever you need to do. You have iron, you have the wither skeleton farm, don't be lazy, please. Just so you know, I mined this whole chunk, I mean 2 chunks, because these are 2 chunks. These 2 slime chunks was mined like probably an hour. I couldn't make my slime farm here. It was very quick, very easy. That's why beacons are so good, and I mean, it paid off, trust me. Look at this. Not to mention what I've got back in my storage system. Number 17, storage system. Speaking of storage system, I made my storage system very late in the game, but it was worth it. I could come up with a design that I really liked it, and I went for this ancient Greek kind of temple, and with the treasures being held on top of it, that kind of stuff. So if you see here, I have the blocks kind of sorted out by building blocks, and these are ours, these are nether blocks, and those who weren't blocks, I put them in a chest with an iron frame on top of it, and it's probably it. I'm just saying that if you're gonna make a storage system, make it possible to expand. You see here how I have 2 rows of chests. If I want to make like 8, I can by each chest. So keep that in mind, because storage systems usually need to be expandable. So yeah. Number 18, potions. Always have potions ready to go. Keep a chest separated, dedicated to it. Have a lot of fire resistant potions. They're very useful. I personally use a lot of strength potions too, so it's always good to have. Make a brewing stand, like a brewing area. I had one over there, but then I demolished to make Yorma's sanctuary. So, and I started, since I wasn't needing any potions anymore, I kind of left it here. So number 19, go out and explore. Exploring can give you a lot of good stuff as well. Like for example, woodland mansion. Woodland mansions are extremely good for good loot and just to space out a little bit as well. It's good to have that little adventure. Desert pyramids also have a lot of good stuff, including notch apples, saddles, and whatever not. So don't be afraid, go out and explore, discover all biomes, discover all villagers, and yeah, mess around with them as well. And last but not least, number 20. Have fun. Don't forget to have fun. This is a video game after all. Also, you can make your pet fox a sanctuary. You can have a pig that showed up out of nowhere in the boat it used to go to treasure after there and name him Christopher Columbus. Make dumb warnings even though no one's gonna watch it. So you get the idea. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this long, very long video. I know it wasn't easy, but I put a lot of effort into this, and if you made this far, consider subscribing, and thank you very much once again. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.